Capture 29. The most dangerous mission together. The next big mission we have to plan, do and solve together. Totally alone, it would be a suicide mission. It contains a 2-week mission to kill a high and heavy guarded politician in the Iraq. No, not the one you think about. We take a deeper look into the mission and realized that we never could survive it in such a short time. We would come close enough to see the target. The debt collector, who was killed by my friend, was protected by approximate 80 very well educated guards. For the politician stand over 200 special trained guards, ready to fight and kill. We had to fight totally alone against a whole army with a similar education than us. We were only slightly better educated than this man. Their giant mass and number minimized our skills to zero. The security steps are massive. Big walls around the area. A lot of cameras, sensors, watching equipment, traps, security men, dogs, self-shooting guns, tank cars, own helicopter, bulletproof vests and walls, alarm equipment, security laser network, explosive traps like mines, and a lot more. The research time was totally too short to handle this mission. For that reason, we didn't take the mission. We didn't want a suicide, although it was very good paid. Every one of us would get 2 million euro for the job. But for that, it was too dangerous. After 2 months, they contact us again and they confess that the time was really too short for that job. They give us 4 weeks to handle it. And every one of us gets after the mission 2.5 million euros. That was too less time again, and we cancel the mission again. 2 days later, they double the money, if we do it. We explain them that the money wasn't the problem. The time was always too short for such a big mission. It was totally too dangerous to finish the mission in a special time. If we didn't finish in the right time, we get nothing. That's the job. They asked us how much time we need. We explained them that we didn't know that. We offered them to do it if they forget the ultimate and pay every one of us 7 million euro. We agree at 6 million and get time as much as we need to finish the mission. By the way, we also fixed the contract that we could cancel the mission every time if we believe it can't be done. After we get all we want, we start at once to travel to the Iraq. We packed only necessary stuff like clothes, real passports with fake identities, laptops, a little bit cash and all coded data for the mission. Should our documents fall in wrong hands, only we could decode the informations. My friend creates a new code of numbers. They only make sense for us. We have to buy weapons and equipment directly in the country. Over our mafia contacts, we haven't any problems. But such far we weren't now. At first we have to collect informations for the mission. We stay in a small hotel in Baghdad. All 2 weeks we change the hotel. At first we informed us about the failing of our colleagues. Our colleagues failed all and died through the overpower of the guards and security equipment and the hidden traps in the area. One of our colleagues lost his head and another one get cut in pieces. More matters of death are crushes, burning, stabbing, shooting, head split and poisoning. We didn't know how they find death. A small army of 10 till 15 men comes very close to the building, because they work together. But also there failed by the hidden traps. We would like to do it like the small army and attack synchrony together. For that we have to investigate the whole area very exact. We start simple. At first we searched for maps of the city and the area of the politician house. We observed a few weeks and changed the observer every day. We watched the area from different directions, in a safe distance, day and night. We had a lot of time at the watching, and to get more informations, we read the personal records of the guards. They were mostly ex-soldiers, professional bodyguards, killer and mercenaries. They were really safe and good trained. With our observation, we know very fast it is almost possible to enter the area. We have to be very exact, camouflaged and have to work absolutely synchrony. The most difficult and greatest problem was to find the traps. Only with eyes we could find cameras, self-shooting guns, sensors, laser barriers and approximate positions of traps. That was too inexact. To get the appointment calendar of the politician was at the end easier than all other things, although it was secret. We have to find all booby traps. We searched with hacking and a visit in the land registry, as much as we can blueprints of the house and the whole area. A lot was self-made and not written in any blueprint. Especially the traps become built from different worker and companies and installed from other workers. The most workers were killed after the installation or disappeared, but that means also dead. A few people know exactly the position and the function of all booby traps. Also the guards didn't know all. We have to invent different methods to discover the traps. At first we scanned the area with infrared cameras. With that we were able to find electrical systems and so approximate the first half of the traps. The most electrical traps kill with high voltage. The other electrical systems control mechanical switch for rotating knives, flying dagger, arrows, spears and beating weapons. But we get the information that our colleagues find the death in mechanical traps. Mechanical traps were cold and can't found with infrared. They absorb in the real time the temperature of the air or the ground. They have to be mainly made of metal. But we can't detect metal constructions in a distance area. With a metal detector it would be easy, but for that we haven't the time at the attack. We have to find all before we attack. We tried ultrasonic, but that also works only close. By the way, it produces a lot of noises and they discover us. We have to escape to avoid stupid questions. We escaped very scanty with our jeep. They sent after us a few bullets, but they didn't get one of us or important parts of the cart. They smashed our back window into our trunk, but instead they didn't damage a part of the car which was necessary for the vehicle. We tried also magnetic and electrical fields, but they were hardly useful. We had to investigate the whole area with seismic measurements, but for that we had to use explosives close to the target house. Too much attention and the method had have discovered only the traps in the ground. Possible we would get caught before we placed the first bomb. Next we tried sonar and radar. That helped hardly. So we find collections of metal in the garden, but not how the objects work. We get used to it that it is more important that we know where they are than to know how they work. We have now the positions and that have to be enough. At the end we risk seismic measurements. To avoid a contact with the guards we set the mines in the darkness of the night with night vision goggles. For totally enough data we activate the mines one by one in a total time of 80 seconds. 4 mines for north, south, west and east. We were able to scan with that method the whole area. With that we find the last booby traps. So we had an exact plan of the whole garden and the house. We were now able to create a mission plan. We were only 2 guys and we had needed more men. But it was too dangerous to hire more specialists. The danger of betrayed was too high. We have to solve it as a duo.